Hi, Carl Ford again at Exita's Connection 2012. I'm here with Dan DeBow, who is from Varian Medical Systems. Do I have it right?
That's right, Varian Medical.
Okay, and now let's have some fun here because you guys do some very interesting stuff. So, first of all, talk to me about how you guys see M2M.
M2M, when we first started out, of course, it was just getting to the desktop as quickly as possible. It was connecting a customer to a rep as quickly as possible. Now there's much more information that's out there that we need, and the quickest we can get it, the better. For instance, we will hook diagnostic devices to our products, integrate them into the products to gather as much information as possible, and that makes us more efficient, not just trying to get to the customer as quickly as possible now it's trying to get to the machine as quickly as possible before the customer even knows there's a problem.
Excellent. And tell me about the medical side. Besides the diagnostics, is there some particular aspect that you guys are working with? You mentioned oscilloscopes. I really want to bring that in because I really enjoy the thought of what you guys have done there.
Okay, well, right now we have reps that fly around the country to work on these machines, and they carry an oscilloscope around with them. This is an expensive medical or a diagnostic piece of equipment, electronic diagnostic equipment. Well, what we've done is integrated them into the machines, and now we can just simply dial in over the internet using Exita's product, Service Link. We can look at the waveforms as they're presented at the machine in real time, and it's integrated as part of the equipment. Now, even better, the application that runs this will automatically has an API. It calls out, finds out what the contract status is, whether this feature is to be enabled or not, and also it can go back to our database, identify the device positively so there can't be a mistake. Like so many of them out there, one thing you worry about is connecting to the wrong one, and this is one way that we avoid any possibility of error. So there's a lot going back and forth constantly behind the scenes. What the rep sees is immediately in front of the machine with an oscilloscope, and he didn't have to get on a plane.
And the thing that I really liked about that is, in theory, we could build some apps with that. You guys have an API that you've enabled for this?
Yes, that's right. So we have service diagnostic tools that gather the data, that crunch it, present it in a very easy to read format, better than the common language that was put in there. This is really laid out in a graphical format, so we can zip anything into this. The market for applications that work with this is unlimited, truly unlimited. There's so many directions we can go at this point. Right now, we're pretty impressed that we can just grab this data out, and before the customer even knows what there's a problem, we're on top of it, and we call the customer and say, yeah, we'll be over there to fix your machine this afternoon, and they go, oh, no downtime experience whatsoever. So that's about as happy a customer as you can get.
Excellent. And does that mean that besides medical, I should think of you as starting to do basic telemetry solutions now?
Absolutely. That's the direction we're going for sure.
Okay, and with that, the thought that I have is now I've got YouTube of oscilloscopes through you guys, right? Because I can do an embed and build an API on a web page, so like I could be my own monitor if I wanted to be like a managed service of some type, right?
Yeah, and look at the market that opens up. What if the customer wants to monitor their own machine? So now we open up the database, sell that a subscription to that. So not only are we getting the information we need as quickly as possible, the customer sees the value of it, then that's an added value to Varian because they come back to us and look for a subscription to see the same things we see in real time. So the revenue growth suddenly jumps into the picture.
Okay, and one more aspect of this is and I don't know, maybe this isn't a possibility, but normally I ask about things like predictive systems and getting a collective experience. So is there a possibility that there's like a product management diagnostic function that we could be doing in the fact that when we see things start to fade, maybe we get to see multiple different devices and we get to understand the collective experience rather than just the individual oscilloscope?
Oh yeah, there's a great deal of growth possibilities in this regard because in the entire product life cycle, we're looking at we're being able to predict where we're going next. So that predictive service just in product development is powerful right there. We know when added features become so overwhelmingly important, and when the original older features are no longer, they're now obsolete. So we can track that as well. So now we're looking at just designing our products around what information we're getting back from the customers is very powerful.
Very nice. Dan, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.